Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon, and me, Banshee. And it's me, Banshee, with a special unboxing presentation. Welcome to my unboxing. First off, 'tis the season to buy and find tarot decks you didn't know came out or existed. So, I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Tao Oracle and the Osho Zen Tarot, which was put out by creator Ma Deva Padma. Well, I don't know how this escaped my notice, but in 2023, she came out with a new tarot deck. And it is called the Sacred She Tarot. Just look at the box and tell me you're not going to like the artwork in this deck. It's beautiful. Now, before you think this is a feminist tarot, it's really more a diversity tarot. So for those of you who don't like things you consider woke, this may not be for you, but it's very respectful. It's nicely done. It is beautiful, totally beautiful. I'm so impressed with this deck. I'm so happy I found it. Now, this deck has been created by Ma Deva Padma in 2023, and it's published by Beyond Words Publishing and Atria Publishing. And those are affiliates of Simon & Schuster. So major publishing house. Let's open this up and get right to it. So here is the guidebook. It's very big, and it says, A Universal Guide to the Heart of Being. I love it, and that's what this is all about. Let's read the back of the box before we get into the cards. So it says, with every breath that we are taking, so goes the world that is our making. Okay, from world-renowned tarot artist and authority Ma Deva Padma, the Sacred She Tarot Deck and Guidebook is your guide through the transition out of an exhausted old world order into the heart of being. Presented in a traditional format of 78 stunningly illustrated cards, this deck focuses on universal themes by replacing the major and minor arcana with the suits of spirit, earth, fire, air, and water, and incorporating reflective quotes from contemporary visionaries and wisdom keepers. Tarot adepts and beginners alike will find the Sacred She Tarot to be a valuable divination tool and a conduit of understanding. Lovingly crafted to encourage balance, introspection, and psychological and spiritual growth for all genders and walks of life, this deck will help you tune in to new insights and self-awareness. The Sacred She is here, and she is within everyone. I love it. So it's very beautiful. It's very inclusive and very carefully thought out, I have to say. But it comes with a tuck box. Not my favorite thing to open a box and then have to open another box, but it's not bad. Maybe it is better than using shrink wrap or whatever it is that may not be as friendly to the environment. So I accept that. All right. So I pulled the gorgeous cards out, and I do want to look at the booklet for a minute to just double check a couple things with you and let you know a couple things about the booklet. It's got 216 pages. It gives you a glossary of symbolism for the symbols on the cards that come up on the cards. Also, for every card, there is a quotation on the card, and she cites the references for the quotations at the back. I believe that's what that is, or sources for her stuff. She has a Sacred She variation of the Celtic cross. She has an elemental star reading of well-being, elemental star of well-being. She has something called the diamond clarity spread. She has the heaven and earth balancing harmony spread, the me and you 2-card spread, and a be here now 1-card spread. Be here now. And interpretations go like this. I will show you one. Also, my one caveat with the book is that she does not say on the cards or on the pages what, oh yes it does. On the bottom, I just want to bring up this caveat, it's kind of small. You can see here that you are in the cups. Everything is numbered from 1 to 14 in the minor arcana. And so, and also at the beginning of each section, at the beginning of each suit, elemental suit, there is, it says air, fire, water, spirit, earth spirit, but it doesn't, it only says it in small print on the page. So watch for that if you get lost as you're trying to learn and grok the creator's interpretations here. It's really important to read books like this that have a different approach to tarot because it will enhance your knowledge, whether you're a novice or an advanced reader. It's really important to give this a read, and her writing is absolutely spectacular. We will read at least one of the entries in her book. Let's get started. All right, so we'll start with the backs of the cards, obviously, and I think you could see them already from here, but I'll hold it up close. There we are. If you like colorful decks, you're in for a real treat. And now the major arcana are mostly renamed, so we'll go along and do them together. The Fool is beginning. The Magician is alchemy. The High Priestess is the unknowable, definitely appropriate. The Empress is Mother Nature. So clearly, care was taken in the way this deck was laid out. And the way, keywords were assigned to cards and key concepts. The Emperor is order. Now, one might think of the Hierophant as far as order goes, but the Hierophant can also be a wisdom keeper. And the Emperor likes to keep and maintain order and control. The Lovers. Oh, I just love that Lovers card. So beautiful. Two Flames. This is the Chariot, and it's called the Turning Point. Strength is compassion. The Hermit, solitude. What a nice Hermit card. I love, Hermit is my favorite card, and so I'm always looking towards that. And so you know what? As far as the major arcana goes, well, I was going to read the Death card, but let's read the Hermit card, shall we? And see what she has for that. Solitude. And notice that they are color-coded on the bottoms of the cards. Spirit is purple. So this is the suit of Spirit. Here we are, solitude. The seeker turns away from life's occupations and passes through a portal into an introspective world. Her quest for understanding requires that she assumes a newfound solemnity. Instead of jostling life's demands, she responds to an instinctive urge to withdraw from day-to-day affairs for a time and face herself completely. Her vivid cloak, woven from a lifetime of experience, will change. She cannot yet know that one day when she returns to the busy marketplace world, quietude will have bestowed upon her brilliant rainbow hues of understanding, revealed from the inside out. What does a retreat from daily life entail? A response to a deep longing to open into the unexplored landscape of oneself. The call is as clear as a finger pointing at the moon. In meditation and mindfulness practices, looking inward restores a spacious connection to the essence of all. So many methods are available for calming the mind. For some, the urge to experience inner peace is so strong that they will withdraw from the company of others entirely. For others, it may mean a sojourn to further their spiritual practice. Once the inner voice calls for a period of solitude, heed the message. Your life will be profoundly enriched by it. And there's a quote here. There's a solitary watchtower where the sky swamps you, flushes out the ragged flotsam of stale thought. Up there, above the treetops, the watcher finds a yes to being herself, with herself. She is alone. She is not lonely. The clear air offers clean, washed colors, delights of unheard music, and the spacious formlessness of beauty, love, and truth. This solitude is freedom. Freedom to prospect, explore, enrich, and incline us to who we really are. Beautiful. All right. Let's move on to the Wheel of Fortune, which is change. I need to turn that hermit over. There we go. And then we have Justice, which is balancing. Nice. Look at this hand. These cards are a little bit... This is the Hanged Man. A bat. I love it. Here's why I wanted to do death. Death is beautiful. It's like the infinity symbol with birth and death symbols inside it. Isn't that wonderful? And death is called transitioning. Karma. I wanted to double check something. Okay, the Hanged Man was called Waking Up, by the way. I didn't say that, so I just want to say that now, and my apologies. The Devil is repression. The Tower. Clouds in the coffee. Uh-oh. That's the Tower. It's cute. Star is understanding. And you know, did I miss something here? I'm wondering if I missed a card. Hold on. Oh, karma is temperance. That's right. I did say that, I hope. Karma was temperance. If it didn't show up, I'm showing it now. I'm worried that maybe some of the cards are sticking together as I do them. Sorry if they are. So we just finished the star. We are on the moon. The moon is about anxiety. The sun is all about joy. And judgment can be about liberation. And the world, what's at the end of every journey? Wisdom. Let's move on to the earth element, the suit of earth, which would be pentacles. So the Ace of Earth is roots. It all starts with putting down roots. The Two of Coins or Earth is be here now. The Three of Earth is about cooperation. The Four of Earth, I love it, is about consumption, consuming. That sure makes sense for the Four of Pentacles. The Five of Earth is about perseverance and showing a, bird having to tough it out in the winter. The Six is about generosity. Love it. The Seven of Coins, Earth is about timing. That's really interesting too, a take on the Seven of Pentacles. Everything will grow in its time, and everything will grow if you nurture it at the right times. The Eight, which is usually about work, the Eight of Coins, the Eight of Earth is about the labor of love. The Nine is about satisfaction, the Nine of Earth. The 10 is about privilege. You've earned it. Okay. The Page is renamed to Honesty, and it's number 11, you will notice. The Knight of Earth is Explore, an explorer. I love that. Number 13 of Earth is Support, the Queen. And number 14 is Respect, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, the King of Earth. All right, let's move on to the Wands, which are the element of fire, and it's the fire suit. And number 1, the Ace, is Inspiration. The 2 of fire is Focus. Beautiful card. The 3 of fire is Refresh. Very interesting. I'm sure there's a story with this card. I'm not going to read it. I have one other one in mind. The 4 of Wands is interesting because it's about partying away and celebrating, and it's dance. I love it. The 5, doesn't this fit the 5 of Wands? It's about competition. The 6 of Wands is about triumph, or I should say fire. Excuse me, we'll try to do with the suits. You get so ingrained, and that is why it's such a good idea to expand and work with other decks. Not to confuse you, like I am, but to help you make the associations. So the 7 of fire is about adaptability. The 8 is about self-confidence. And I thought that was an interesting one, so I'll be curious what is said about that. But I like it. I like the fiery energy depicted here. The 9 of fire is resistance. And the 10, in typical 10 of Wands fashion, the 10 of fire is about overload. The 11 of fire is the Page, and that's about self-expression. Very nice. And number 12, the Knight, is about intention. Number 13, the Queen, is about acting spontaneously, spontaneity. Very good. And I noticed they had to get some type of cat in here. Good call. And finally, the King of Wands, or fire, is about integrity. I love that. All right, we're on the Swords now, or the Air suit, the suit of air. And this is perfect for the Ace of the suit of air. The 1 is about clarity. 2, the 2 of air is about restraint. The 3 of air is about heartbreak. The 4 of air is about rest. The 5 is about arrogance and ego, right? The 6, there's no boat sailing, but the 6 of swords, or 6 of air, is about departure. This is the one I want to read. The 7 of air, a wolf in sheep's clothing, is about deception. Let's have a look, see, okay? Let's read about the 7 of I love the fact that she did the wolf in sheep's clothing. Now, sometimes you have to disguise or hide your true motivations from others for various good reasons, but sometimes not. All right. I'm there almost. Here we go. Okay, the Seven of Air, deception. Deceit comes in many different guises. An honest appraisal of your ambitions and manipulative tactics you use to get what you want may bring a revelation. What prompts your pretense? Perhaps you've been deceiving yourself out of a perceived need to appear other than who you are. Maintaining that sham only gets more complicated over time, as the potential glitches in a contrived storyline lurk in the shadows, creating fear of exposure and the condemnation that would follow. You put yourself in a trap where the only way out is either to further embellish the deception or come clean. Sometimes deception arises by chance, when an opportune twist of fate makes it possible to profit from another's doubts or difficulties, when previously that seemed impossible. But deception used to take advantage of others for one's own gain, whether financially, ethically, physically, or spiritually, is a confidence trick, and the results can be devastating. However successful someone is at pulling the wool over another's eyes, nothing is worth the price of lying to oneself. Nothing is worth the price, or I repeated that, sorry. Dropping duplicitous behavior can alter a legacy of dishonesty. There is aliveness in this predator's obscured face, with pink tongue, glistening teeth, and fiery eyes looking to devour. The lascivious glare is seductive, yet it is a face we mistrust. The sheep, by comparison, is blank and dead-eyed, only a cloak to camouflage. Perhaps maturity provides the wisdom to understand that a sheep's mask is inadequate for hiding a wolf, who seduces out of a need to feed his appetite. A split self that deceives even when he bears his soul, impossible to love because he is impossible to know. He even lies to himself. Wow. Deep card, and it really gets into the heart of the card. We'll talk more about these cards once I am done. Blame is the Eight of Swords, and it's a very interesting read. I looked that one up myself, and I really liked the take on this. But at any rate, blame, self-blame can be as harmful, or how should I say this, denying your responsibility can be as harmful as, blaming yourself, blaming others when you should look within. Okay. The nine of air is fear. Beautiful rendition of that. And the 10 is grief. The 10 of swords or air is grief in this one. The page of air is serenity, number 11. Number 12, the knight, is determination. I love the fact that it's a runner in a race because this knight has to think quick on their feet. Really nicely done. Number 13 is perfection, the Queen of Swords, Queen of Air. Number 14 of Air is the King of Swords, which is also the King of Air. It's interesting to me how the bottom of what looks like a blade there is piercing the buildings, and it looks red. So it's interesting to me. It's about power, right? It's about power. So it's very interesting, and the use or misuse thereof. All right, let's go on to the last suit, which is our cups or our suit of water. We have the Ace of Water, number 1. Number 2 is the Two of Water. How beautiful is that rendition of the Two of Cups? The Three of Cups here is harmony. The Four of Water or Cups is frozen. Interesting and definitely relevant to the card. The Five is disappointment. The 6 is passion. The 6 of Cups, and that's an interesting one to me. 6 of water. I would look into that a little bit too to see why the take on passion. It might not have been the first word that came into my mind, but it does have a relevance of sorts. I'm sure there's a good reason for that. The 7 of water, which looks very familiar to the 7 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is focused on the separation element, moving away from something. So it is about separation. The 9 is about indulgence. And hey, if you get what you truly want and desire, you can indulge, baby. I think I love that card. And the 10 is about gratitude. Grateful, happy at the end of your journey. 10 of water. So the Page of Cups are the 11 of water. It's beautiful. And it's about imagination. The 12, the Knight of Cups, is about being a voyager, the Knight of Water. The Queen is about intuition, number 13. And number 14, the Dream Weaver, the King of Cups. And I really love this card because it shows the loving nature that the King has. Everybody feels it. Everybody wants a piece of it. I love it. Well, I have to say, if you feel as a beginner this deck appears daunting to you, it is not. It will really provide you some deep knowledge. This book and the way she dives into the interpretations of the cards will really give you deep knowledge of the cards. And also, it will attune you to the elemental nature of the cards. And you yourself, if you look at your Rider-Waite decks, you beginners, you look at the decks that you're comfortable with, you will see a lot of the theme that's behind the Rider-Waite symbology in these cards. So I don't think it's a reach for you. I encourage you to step out of your comfort zone and give this a shot. And for all of us who love Ma Deva Padma's work, you will not be disappointed. This is so well done. And also for those who are not familiar with it, you want to get your feet wet, this is a good place to start. For anybody who's experienced in tarot, you will get something out of this book. You will get some awakening emotions from reading some of these interpretations or just pulling from the imagery of these cards. Well, this review took a little bit longer, but it was worth it. This deck is worthy. I guarantee you will enjoy it. Take care. I hope you've enjoyed the walkthrough, and hopefully I'll see you with another. Got one more I want to do real soon. So bye for now. Take care.